Have you ever wanted to create a video game? Well, so have I. Hi, my name is Parker, or you can call me P-Funk, and I am ready to announce my new video game, Project Luna. This Dev-Cumentary series, which I'm coining, is more than just a devlog of videos of my work getting better and better throughout the time. I wanted this to really be more of a guide for new individuals that might want to give it a shot for creating a game that they may have been interested in wanting to see be made from these huge AAA companies. I decided as I'm ready to begin posting my work onto social media and get ridiculed by every single person, I am excited to announce my very first project that I am making in Unreal Engine 5. And here's the thing, if I can even fathom creating a game, I know for a fact that you can too. I was thinking of the means of how I wanted to present my work to the masses of all of you. It really made me think about how I wanted to not just present the game for what it was, but I also wanted to present the behind the scenes, behind the curtains of what it truly meant to build a video game. The reason for Dev-Cumentary, which I think is pretty funny, is I wanted the game and I wanted this series to present almost as a means of guidance and a means of the thought process and mentality you need to truly develop something from the very beginning. This isn't a thing where you can just throw into ChatGPT and you build a video game. We're not there yet, luckily. So now, in another video, I'm going to dive deeper into the actual fundamentals and philosophy of what my video game is meant to hopefully become. But for this video, I really wanted to give the background knowledge of why I wanted to build a video game in the very first place. Because it is a very daunting task. This is not an easy subject or topic to even begin to fathom for me. I'm not a math person, I'm not a coding individual, and this was a very intimidating task that I decided to put on myself because I hate myself. And I also really want to show you the thought process that I went through personally to find solutions to problems that I didn't know existed until it blew me in the face, There are so many things that can mess you up, and it's almost like a domino system where once one thing messes up, it can all fall apart, and then you fall apart, and then you don't open Unreal Engine for 5 months because you are nervous you are going to mess up the one thing you did, which was basically just configure the base movement that Unreal gave you. I really want this Dev-Cumentary to be a guide for those that have been always interested in what is it like to even think about creating a game, or what are the steps that you need to approach before you even want to talk about the main concept for your game. There are so many intricate gears in the system that you have to really fully understand before you can even begin to craft what your dream vision is, or even the base version of that dream game. I remember getting my first GameCube as a young lad and playing Lego Star Wars. And now, I don't know if you remember that pod racing map, but as a young lad, it took me more than a few tries. In gaming also too, it wasn't just a internal release for becoming the hero of that story. And I know that gaming for me with my dad was a huge... But yeah, we would play every single Zelda together, and anything that came out on the GameCube, or eventually the Wii, and those moments, well, they meant everything to me. And it wasn't just me. I met a lot of friends through gaming, and I remember my friends and I would spend hours playing every single Mario Party, just screwing each other over with those star duels. Or I remember just trying to get past round 23 on a Black Ops 2 transit run. I remember that was impossible growing up with my friends because we just screwed each other by missing the bus, you know? That was the fun thing about gaming. And that's what gaming was. Gaming connected us in ways that nothing else could. Games weren't just funny little pixels that formulated into characters on a screen. They were bridges that brought people together in ways that nothing else could. And that's just the fantastic thing about video games, is that it gives you a sense of purpose, and even if it's for the briefest moment, it gives you that wanting to try again. It gives you that yearning to beat that mission that took you an hour, or that boss that has been stumping you since Friday and it's Sunday now and you forgot that you worked on Saturday. Hell, I remember the good old days when Achievement Hunter would create their own maps on Xbox, like Minecraft, and after watching a few, I remember I even recreated the Capture the Flag map by myself, and it took me like a week, and I was super proud of it, that it was like a one-to-one recreation of something that was nothing, and the seed was planting inside my brain, giving me questions like, what if I could do this? What if I could make a game that other people would actually enjoy, and they would actually find that rehabilitation of gaming of what it used to be and what it can be? Throughout this journey, I'm going to try my absolute best to relay as many amazing and beneficial tools that I have found throughout my process, so that hopefully you can get almost a jump start on if you want to start your own game, or if you just want to work on a particular mechanic or an aspect of gaming. Throughout this entire Dev-Cumentary, I'm going to try my absolute best to give you individuals and channels and resources that I think would benefit me if I was a newcomer to this industry. We're not all gods on a pantheon trying to master a certain task. Like, that is just not me, at least. So I've been taking it in strides. I've been learning how to do modular approaches to everything in this game. I'm going to talk about that more in the future, about the modularity of and the importance of a modularity in your game. Now I know, it does sound ambitious, and you're probably thinking right now, why would I give this guy a cent of my hard-earned money, and why would I even click that little thumbs up, or that little red button that says subscribe, which you should do. With that being said, I don't want to be the guy that says, oh, you need to follow this tutorial to do this, or if you need to avoid this person because they tell you an efficient means of doing the same thing as if this channel was doing it, which is true. There are a couple of channels out there that act like they're the shit, but they're not even really the fart. So I'm going to try my best to also help you avoid those landmines. I also think it's very important to give recognition to those that may not have the biggest audiences, but they are some of the most humble yet educational individuals that I have been using since I started, because I have found that they are a no BS, full right to the table, and I honestly appreciate that, because you might find that you're using somebody's code and you try to connect it to a different mechanic, and based off of how that person created the code, you are hooped. I think it's also important with the recognition to show that I am not a god when it comes to creating these things. Like, you might see a couple of seconds of footage, but that might have taken me 3 weeks to figure out. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have created a main character mesh that I was happy with, and then a week later I and do that until the game comes out, because you will learn that creating meshes for people are very difficult. But you know, that's the goal for me. I want to make a game that respects the player's time and money. A love letter to the games that shaped me, with the goal of giving players that same feeling of joy and connection. It's also an escape and a medium for people around you. Now, I know a lot of you are here wondering even what type of game this is going to be. That's probably why you clicked on the video, right? With the kick-ass thumbnail that my amazing girlfriend created. Thank you, baby. But I am here to tell you that the game is going to be a roguelike. Yes, it is going to be a roguelike style, magic-based combat video game. It is a huge task, and I know this. I'm not gonna act like I can just snap my fingers and I have a new mechanic done every single week that I can show you. I know that's impossible, and I'm gonna try my best to do it anyway. Now, with that being said, I would highly appreciate it if you clicked that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so that you can keep up with what has been going on in the game, because I am going to try my best to stick to a schedule for releasing these videos. I can't guarantee, especially as I'm in my final semester of university, but I promise you that this game is not going anywhere. Neither am I. I'm not going to pull a he who will not be named. With this project, I am really trying to create a love letter to my gaming, right? So what that means for me is I want to include as many aspects of the games from my childhood so that I can hopefully recreate that love for gaming for a new generation of gamers. What that means is I'm going to try my absolute best, and I am putting the hugest asterisk on try, because I am trying to create a magic-based system very similar to the games like Magicka and Magicka 2. Where in that franchise you are a wizard with a plethora of elements that you can combine to create the most wildest of spells, which involves creating giant fire rings around the character, making a death ray come out of your wand and just obliterate anything in front of you. Or you can even just revive your dead teammates and you can be that support class. The amazing thing with Magicka is that the vast combination of spells is what really brings the players in, and it really makes the players want to, experiment, try different combinations of spells to see if, when they're fighting a particular boss, is earth better than fire. Like, that's what I love about Magicka, is that you have that ability to try new things out.
Combination.
So yes, I'm not attempting to do a direct copy, because I think the Magicka franchise is almost a cult classic at this point. Like, you either know people that don't know it at all and have zero understanding of what you're talking about, or as soon as you say Magicka, they light up when they think about how they obliterated their friend the last time they played it 10 years ago. I'm also not going to be the guy that says everything is extremely easy and you can do it in a matter of seconds, because that's unfortunately not the case. At first, everything was overwhelming for me. Coding, design, creating mechanics, thinking about what mechanics I want in my game to even, that's even to start off with. But thanks to free online resources that I will hopefully introduce you to, I slowly started to piece it all together. Slowly but surely, baby. The first time I got my character to move on screen, that was magic. It literally felt like all the hard work was finally paying off, and I finally got my moment that made me feel like this.
It's working! It's working!
And it's all about creating something that I would want to play myself, something that delivers fun without any strings attached. And I want to present my experiences and give my mindset through the entire process in a documentary-like fashion, so that I can really try my best to encourage even one of you to look up a tutorial on Blender on how to create a basic body mesh, and then quitting Blender after 5 minutes of that tutorial, because Blender is insane. Since you made it this far, I thought you deserve a little something for your troubles. And I just wanted to again say thank you so much